Hey guys, how you doing? Happy Homebrew Wednesday, or Thursday as it may very well be by now. Cheers. That doesn't look like such a bad beer, actually. Yes, I'm using a Carlsberg glass. This is a glass that was sent to me many years ago, and it's a gift from somebody, and I'm glad I still have it. And this is not a product placement. I've got sent many glasses from many people, and I try to use them all. Some of them I just don't want to even touch because if I break them, they're irreplaceable. But anyway, cheers. That is actually a commercial beer. Unfortunately, I don't have any homebrew at the moment, and I'll explain that and why that is in just a moment. I did have some homebrew wine, but I shot this video earlier, and there was a problem with the focus. So I've had to reshoot it, and in the process of that, I ran out of wine. So now I really am down to bare bones here with store-bought commercial beer. But nonetheless, grab yourself a homebrew or whatever you've got. Let's sit back and have a beer. Cheers. I got lots of things to talk about today. Important stuff, and so please stick around as long as you can. And at the end of this video I am trying something new, so hopefully you can let me know if you think it's worthwhile, because it does take a little bit of time. Okay, so first of all, I don't have any home brew because I decided to brew a Cooper's Real Ale, which I haven't done in a long time, but I decided to do it with, a US-05 or some other different yeast than what comes with the kit. And apparently this US yeast takes a little longer to ferment than the Cooper stuff does. So I didn't know that. I mean, I've done other batches with that yeast, but it's like you never, when you're doing a Cooper's that you've done a million times, you know how long it usually takes. And I went to keg it earlier today, and I was like, what the hell? It's still, the airlock is still going. So what I ended up doing was, it's just throwing a heat belt on it. I got to have this thing ready. I can't have this thing take too long. So I threw a heat belt on it for a couple of hours just to, bring up the temp, a couple of degrees. And then I unplugged it, and hopefully, actually I think that has helped. It kind of told the yeast to, hurry up, finish what you got to do. I know it's cutting corners. I know it's not the best thing in the world to do, but it's the bulk of the fermentation is finished, so it's not going to hurt it noticeably anyway. So that's what I did. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to keg that, because I need it for my cast on Friday night. So, some people might say, well, how come you haven't been making a lot of videos in over there in the brewing area, like these home Brew Wednesday videos and whatnot? I've been doing them mostly here in this corner. Well, I'll show you why. A couple of weeks ago, I decided to pull stuff out from under my workbench, and it's become a bit of a conundrum. As you can see, it's a little more work than I anticipated. I wanted to clean out under there. I gave a couple of kegs away that I wasn't using to a local home brew guy here who lives nearby, East Mountain Home Brew. I hope he's able to make use of them, but I wasn't using them, so I gave them to him. And when I pulled them out from underneath, I thought, hey, what the hell? Why not clean out under here and just make more space and get organized? Well, it's been a bit of an undertaking. It's taking a little longer than I thought. Along with groceries and cooking and, tidying up and doing dishes and everything else, and of course work. It's a lot of stuff. So, and well, not to mention freaking YouTube. Hello. So, I've been busy, but that's good. I need to keep busy or else I get myself in trouble. So, there you go. So, that's what's brewing. I also have a batch of red wine brewing as well. It's a California connoisseur, and the type of wine is it's a California red. And I love this wine. It's awesome. I think the next time I brew it, I'm going to throw some oak chips in there, some oak powder, see if I can get a little bit of oak aged flavor in there. It's good as it is. But I went to my mom's house the other day and she had some homemade wine that was done with the oak additive, and I could taste it. It was nice, beautiful stuff. So you should really try these wine kits if you like wine, or if you know somebody who does. I said this before. This is not a product placement, but anyway, they're easy to make. And hey, a glass of wine with dinner, beautiful stuff. Helps the food digest, and it's good for your heart. So I went downtown today. I took a little trip, and I've got some footage. Now, I have to apologize. I didn't get as much footage as I thought I would, and I'll explain that afterwards. And after this, I've got something I want to talk to you about. I've got a friend of mine who could use your help. I could use your help with him. It's a cool thing, and it's a very easy thing for you to do. And so please stay on the line as long as you can. I'll try to make this as short and as informative as possible. So I went downtown, and I don't go down there often because I don't drive, as you know. I take the bus, and it's not a bad thing. Taking a bus isn't bad, but once you get down there, downtown here, I'm sure it's not as as busy as like New York City or something like that, or even Toronto. But man, I get down there, it's loud. There's big trucks, 18-wheelers, and buses and people and ruckus, and you can't film down there very easily. It's difficult, but I will show you what I did tape, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Oh, and I apologize for it being shaky. I just used my iPhone, and it doesn't have image stabilization, so here we go. Okay, got a bunch of records in tow here. These are the ones I'm bringing back to the store. They're all in very good condition. By that I mean VG, or VG Plus, as they say on Amazon and Facebook and all those others. I'm using my phone to film this, so it might be a bit shaky unless I apply the YouTube image stabilizer, which I may do actually. Try and keep it as still as I can. So I'm just walking to the bus stop. Should be along any minute. Nice air-conditioned bus. Small section of Gore Park in downtown. Goes for 2 city blocks. Looks like there's construction going on over there. But there's the store. Somewhere over there. Well, I didn't get to film anything there, guys. I always do this. I always say, okay, I'm going downtown to buy some records, and I'm going to take my camera, and I'll do a little mini documentary, Once I get down there, there's so many people everywhere. And it's just like, it's so loud and noisy and busy, and there's people, and you feel stupid filming, and there's weirdos, and so once again, I didn't get to film anything else. I wanted to film on the bus too, but there was this lady staring at me, and I just didn't feel like making a spectacle of myself. But I have a plan when I get home, and I'm not too far from there right now. I've walked for miles, I just lost a can of, beans out of my cart. How did that happen? Jeez, talk about reality TV. Anyway, I have a plan for when I get home, which is in about 5 seconds. I was never good at chugging beer. Well, there you have it. Boy, was I thirsty. And that was the beginning of my 5-beer stinge as I sat down here and listened to some of these records that I bought. Again, I would love to have shot more footage, but it's just, it's embarrassing. I mean, you're walking around. Everyone else is sitting, you know, with their cell phones. They're like, they're walking along, you know, with it, or they're typing, or they're sitting somewhere, or they're talking on it. Nobody is walking around doing this. Hey guys, how's it going? Here we are downtown. I'm gonna, you know, go to a record store or whatnot. Like, nobody's doing that. So when you do it, people are like, you know, I don't understand, because they know what YouTube is, and they know people shoot videos for YouTube. Don't they know? I mean, I should have worn my YouTube shirt, probably CraigTube. That would, maybe that would have, they would have saw that and gone, oh yeah, I don't know if he's doing YouTube. I don't. Anyway, not a big deal. But let's take a look at some of the records that I found, because I'm so excited I can't even see. Speaking of that, let me get my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Got some great vinyl here, guys. Let me flip these around so they're the right way. This is Alana Miles. It's a Canadian artist. I hope this is all in focus. I'm not doing this video again. She sings songs like Love Is and Black Velvet. You know, great stuff. It's in great condition, as you can see. I played some of it. Sounds ridiculously amazing. I mean, I'm just so happy with that. I already have this record, but I thought I'd get it again because this one is in immaculate condition. It's Hotel California by the Eagles. That's the album cover. You can see the inside, sort of. And I played part of it, and it sounds just wonderful. Absolutely amazing. Glad to own it. I think that was only... how much was that one? I've got all the prices here. That was $10. That one was this one here. But I thought, well, you know, it looks great. You look at the spine. You look at the top. You flip it over. There's a little bit of damage down there. Not much. You look at the opening. And these were wrapped in plastic. So what I think I don't like about the record store that I went to is that they have these plastic wrapped, so you can't take them out and look at them at all. So it's very hard to see. But it comes with a poster and everything. Like, it's got everything in it. You know, this little 3-fold poster or whatever. So that's awesome. But yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. There's another record store downtown that doesn't wrap their records, and you can take them out and look at them and see what you think. So that's the difference. And next time I go down, I'll probably go to the other one just to see what they've got. I'm not unhappy. I just, you know, Heart. Oh my goodness, what do we got here? They got like Barracuda, you know, Dog and Butterfly. What else is on here? Crazy on You. I mean, all their great tunes, greatest hits. It's a double album. There's some live stuff on here as well. I'll be playing all these on my live broadcast on Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know you can make it there. I know you can watch that or listen to it for a little while and hear some of these great records. I paid way too much for this record. This is Rush, Permanent Waves. It's not even brand new. I paid way too much for it. But it is in great shape. You can't find these records around very, very easily, these Rush albums. People scoop these up like, you know, Nutella. So They had 2112 down there too, same price, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do both. So I had to choose. The 2112 one, I had a feeling deep in my soul that it wasn't in as good a condition as this one is. So I chose to get this one. 2112 can wait. I'll get it one day. It'll be in immaculate condition when I do. Maybe Rush will re-release it. That's kind of what I'm waiting for, is for them to re-release some of their classic albums on vinyl. And I'm kind of waiting for that. So that's why I'm holding off on some of those older records. Had it when I was young. Great album. Going to be playing some of this. You know, Wrapped Around Your Finger. I'll Be Watching You. I think that's an NSA song or something. Not sure. The Steve Miller Band. Oh my goodness gracious me. This one's great. It's got, you know, Jet Airliner on it and all those great songs. Swing Town. It's a great album. I listened to most of it earlier today. I drank like 5 beers down here after I got home. It's probably why this Homebrew Wednesday video was late. Sorry. I took a nap after that. Finally, I found my second Boston record. This is the one, Don't Look Back. It's a open up thing. It's the sort of sequel to their first album, their debut album. Sounds just as good and just wonderful stuff, that one. Can't wait to play that on my broadcast. This is a powerhouse group from British Columbia called Trooper. The Boys in the Bright White Sports Car, Raise a Little Hell, Two for the Show. It's been a... We're Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time. You know all those great songs. You'll hear this. You'll hear it. If you know, come to the show. You're not going to believe this one. This one is immaculate. I like to try and get the reflections for you guys so you can see how great a condition these are in. It's the Doobie Brothers' greatest hits. I mean, we've got songs on here. We've got songs on here like... let me get my magnifier out because it's a little small. This is why I don't drive. It's a good thing, too. You know, China Groove, Long Train Runnin', Taking It to the Street. Oh, yeah, listen to the music. Blackwater, I mean, Rockin' Down the Highway. These are great songs. You haven't heard the Doobie Brothers until you've heard them on vinyl. Boom. And that's all there is to it, because this album sounds so stupidly amazing that I couldn't even believe it. I thought there was something wrong. I love this record by Supertramp. I already have a copy, but this is a much better version. I think I only paid $5 for it or something. It sounds great. It's a little, it's got some questionable spots, but it sounds pretty damn good, and I'm proud to own it. Now these last two are the you know, the real creme de la creme. This one here, Fleetwood Mac. This is brand new. I put it inside of a plastic sleeve because I already took the shrink wrap off. This is a brand new copy of their greatest hits album. We've got Rhiannon, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, Hold Me, Everywhere, Gypsy, As Long As You Follow, Say You Love Me, Dreams, Little Lies, Sarah. I mean, it's got all the best tunage on it. And I've got it in one of these plastic things that were sent to me by a viewer a while back that you can seal. There's like a little tape strip there so that no little buggies can get in here and poop on my vinyl and make skips and stuff like that, because that happens. And finally, I had to have this. It took me a little while to decide to pay the money for it, but I'm so glad I did. This is the cream of the crop of the collection that I got today, and this is Journey Greatest Hits. And I mean, you've got, you know, Only the Young, Don't Stop Believin', Wheel in the Sky, Faithfully. You've got Open Arms. I mean, Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin', all the great tunes from Journey. It's a double album, 180-gram vinyl. Okay, you can see how thick that damn thing is. There's 2 records in here, and the records themselves are so thick that you could almost write your name on the edge of them, on the rim, like around the side. They're so thick, I couldn't believe it. It's like, holy crap! These things you can't even bend them. I mean, they're just they're solid, and it sounds absolutely ridiculous. This album sounds so good, you wouldn't even know. Like it's just great. So I can't wait to play these things on my broadcast. I'm not trying to over promote my broadcast, but that's why a lot of these records, that's why I buy them. Probably half of these I wouldn't have bought if it wasn't for my well, maybe a quarter of them I wouldn't have bought if it wasn't for my broadcast. I want to play them for you guys. I like them, and I want to be able to play these records on my show and have you guys listen to them with me. That's half the fun of it. Okay? So, that is what we've got there. And I'm very happy with that little haul, that little vinyl haul. So I look forward to listening to those on Friday night, 10 p.m. on vaughnlive.tv/CraigTube. 10 o'clock starts, and it goes all night. I have a friend of mine who I actually met through, well, not Vaughn Live, but JTV when I used to broadcast on there. I met him on there. He came on the channel, he started watching, and he started enjoying. And his name is, it turns out he's his name is Rich. It turns out he's a musician and an engineer. And I guess when he saw some of the equipment that I had here, that's why he sort of started watching and going, "Oh, I recognize some of those components." And he's a musician, songwriter, and he's got an album out. It's on iTunes. You can look for it. It's called Rich Goyette, Simple Reminders. And let's listen to a couple of tracks from it just to show you who I'm talking about and how talented and great he is as a musician.
Simple reminders comfort me. That's how simple reminders can comfort you.
That's just a little sample of his album that he put out fairly recently. And I urge you to go get it. I mean, it's a great album. I'll play lots of it on my broadcast too. But Rich, not only does he play most of the instruments on there, he's got musicians he brings in and singers and whatnot too to help him, of course, but he plays most of the instruments himself, and he mixes and engineers it himself. He's an audio engineer. He calls himself Audio Guy online. And, that's his job. He's an audio engineer. He does all kinds of stuff. And he's entered a contest to remix a song. And you'll see what I mean. I'm going to put a link down below. All the links that are necessary will be down below. For you to go there and listen to what he did to this song. He took the tracks and he put them all together and mixed them and made it sound awesome. Made it sound like a live recording. I think this was actually a live recording, but it didn't have the ambience that a live recording should have, and he brought that to it. And so when you hear the audience in there, the people cheering, he added all that himself, and he made it sound like a Wembley studio or Wembley Stadium live recording. And I think that was really cool. Now, this contest, he could win a very expensive microphone, which he wants so badly. And he's such a great friend of mine that I want him to have it too. I think he deserves it. He's done an excellent job on his own music and on this thing. So if you would go there and just vote for him, I mean, take a listen to it. Don't false vote. Take a listen to what he's done. And if you like it, give him a vote. You don't have to give any personal information or anything like that. Just take the checkbox off that says send me emails, and then you're fine. And please do, because it would help him out it would help me out too, because I think he mentioned something. I don't know if he's gonna remember this, but he mentioned something about if he wins this, he's gonna give me one of his old microphones, and I'm good for that. I can deal with that. But that's not why I'm promoting it. He deserves it. He does. So with that, I think I'm out. I'm gonna try this new thing now. Let's see what happens. If I can do this. Let's see what we've got. It's a new thing for the end of my videos. This takes me some time, so if you think it's worth my while to do it, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll keep doing it. It's called an end card, and it's what a lot of people on YouTube are doing. It helps promote your videos on your channel. It helps send people, when this video is finished, to watch other of my videos instead of going off and doing whatever. So here we go. Here's the end card. There we go. Here we go. So you can see on the right-hand side there's some other stuff that you can watch, and you can click on those at any time. Don't worry about doing it right now, because I'll leave this on until the end. And watch them. And you can subscribe right there. It's easy to do. And there's a t-shirt thing there. It's all there, and I can change this every week if I need to. And it's just a great way to make sure you guys know how to, how to get a hold of me or how to keep watching my stuff. So with that, I want to cheers you. Thank you so much. This is not that bad of a beer, actually. I'm not going to tell you what kind it is. All right, fine. It's a James Ready 5.5. But you know what? It still has an upside-down snowstorm. There's lacing. There's head retention. It's not a bad beer. It doesn't taste that bad. It's better than some of the store-bought stuff that's out there. Be safe, guys. Please visit 17brewcrew.com for all your brewing needs and questions and answers. And aside from that, I'm out. I appreciate your support in every way possible. And we'll see you later. That's all I can say. Be safe. Cheers. 17.
All right, it's my turn.
Let me get my turn. Let me get closer to
These three here. The yeast nutrient, the yeast, and the citrus acid package. So we'll explain all those. It also has the flavoring agent, which goes in at the end as well. So these things here we're not going to use.